Hello everyone, I'm back with another Reddit Addicts episode. If you find my videos entertaining, please kindly subscribe and like them. Thanks to everyone for your suggestions and kind notes. Now, let's get started with today's exciting stories.
I, 25M, cheated on my now ex-girlfriend, 24F, and put our relationship down a path that we could not recover from. In November 2021, I began browsing a local, dirty R4 subreddit. At some point I made the decision to reach out to females that were seeking men. I reached out to 9 people between November 2021 and May 2022. I believe I was acting out a fantasy that I had developed in my head. I don't think I ever would have met up with any of them, and the local community was over 50+ miles away, and I never even ended up receiving responses back. I felt such a thrill from typing out and sending the messages, and I 100% realized that this was cheating in itself. At some point in 2022, this started to eat away at my conscience and I determined I would never do so again. I was not able to delete the messages without deleting my Reddit account, and eventually in July 2022 my ex-girlfriend went through my phone and found them. I realized that I was not completely honest with her because it took her catching me for me to confess, but when she confronted me, I was truthful, owned my mistakes, and committed to being better. My ex was rightfully deeply upset by this. I actually felt relieved that I wasn't keeping such major and shitty secrets from her anymore, and I truly felt deeply ashamed by my actions. After a lot of consideration we decided that we could move past this, and I felt very certain in our relationship. I thought that the incident had made us stronger. However, around this time, I started catching my ex in lies, which was unlike her. In February 2023 I went on her phone and found that she had been messaging 6 other males that she met online and was exchanging explicit videos and pictures with them. This had been going on for 4 months and they had exchanged over 2,000 messages. I was extremely shocked, hurt, and upset by this. When I confronted her, she lied to me, trickle-truthed, and gaslit me. I gave her the ultimatum of telling me the truth or me ending our relationship, but she continued to not be truthful with me. After dozens and dozens of lies, I felt that I had to enforce the boundary that I created and ended our relationship. I was seriously considering reconciliation with her, and after seeing each other nearly daily for about a month after this, I had to cut things off completely as she was continuing to lie to me. I believe that if she had been truthful from the beginning, we could have worked past this, but instead she chose to lie. I am not sure that she is capable of being honest with me. I've been doing NC since the beginning of April. I miss and love her deeply. We were having serious discussions about next steps, marriage, house, kids. I have been focusing on trying to heal, and have been consuming myself with work, gym, friends, and family. Also started going to IC. I have a deep sense of guilt that I put us down this road. I believe she revenge cheated, and took what I did several steps further. She was my person and I feel so lonely, sad, and broken without her. I have to fight the urge not to reach out to her every single day. This has been the worst 2 months of my life and it seems like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. I can't stop thinking about her and have been grieving the loss of our relationship. It's been difficult for me to accept that it's over. 2 hours before I found everything on her phone, I made a comment that the next trip we go on together is where she'll be getting proposed to at. We had previously first dated in high school and had been romantically connected for over 9 years. Comment 1. I disagree with your viewpoint. I believe people come to this subreddit not only to heal but to also develop. After all, we can all agree that cheating is caused by a flaw in character, and refusing to change before hopping to a new relationship will doom you to fail in much of the same way. Many people here shows not only remorse for what they did, but self-loathing for the quality in themselves that led them to doing such things, i.e. alcohol dependency, self-esteem issues, etc. The reason why a lot of people have trouble in moving on from past mistakes is they feel like they haven't really changed. While healing and development needs to be done concurrently, no healing and acceptance of past mistake will happen without at least a bit of development. As a person who has done a misdeed of my own and felt guilty most times, I feel like this needs to be acknowledged. It hurts, and will continue to hurt, unless you witness your own growth, which will allow you to forgive yourself. No amount of forgiveness and kind words from family, friends, lover or strangers for that matter will be able to save you from yourself unless you truly face your inner demons. I'm very certain, you as a wayward, can find certain times whereby you feel more forgiveness for yourself when you start being able to reject people's advances, be in control of your alcohol intake or stopped caring about pleasing others and be able to say no, etc. I refrain myself from sharing in posts containing waywards only flair. I believe it's no wrong socially or policy-wise to share my input as a betrayed when the flair is outside perspectives welcomed, as in this post here. There is a reason why the OP uses this flair, and I fully intend to fulfill his wish. The As One subreddit is completely different than this one. How can a person who looks for bare truth like OP does be able to ask for opinion on the As One subreddit, seeing as he did not meet the criteria, still being together? He couldn't. And hence, I feel no need to approach my truth differently in either here or there. Completely different demographics looking for the same thing should be entertained in the same way. I lurk this subreddit because it helps me understand the other side. It was way too easy at first to flock my wife together with street thoughts early on, and no matter how much she cried, hurt herself or shout in frustration, I still saw it as a tactic to be excused, when in actuality it was far from the case. This subreddit helps me see that my initial assumption was wrong, and it helped me start some real progress. If not for this subreddit, I would not be budging at all. I prefer this subreddit over the As One subreddit because here, it's more technical. As much as that subreddit is good, what's more useful to me is definitely not progress update, recent triggerings or stories about upsetting fights. Here, I find a lot more things that are productive to our progress, and less unhelpful rants which really do not help with the constant rant that I myself have since our own D-Day.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe for more.